Going to be doing a review on my Rebel lightsaber. This is designed and built by Illuminated Saber or Illuminated Saber Design and Concepts. Now when you go to the Illuminated Saber website, you can either purchase their hilts as empties and do an install yourself, or you can contact them and commission them to do an install, which is what I did. So I commissioned this lightsaber to include Tri-Rebel blue-blue-white LED, so blue main blade with white flash on clash. It has a red illuminated AV switch, and it is also equipped with a Nano Biscotte V4 sound card. Now this particular lightsaber, the Rebel, is Illuminated Saber's version or inspired by design after the Graflex, but this is their own individual take on it. I've generally admired the Graflex design before, but there's never really been a strong desire on my part to own one, and that's largely due to hilts with such detail tend to be a little bit more difficult to wield. And what I really enjoy and what really stood out to me about the Illuminated Saber Rebel Graflex inspired saber is that it has all the elements to make it recognizable as a Graflex inspired hilt, but there's design elements on here that really lend and give an advantage to really great handling. Now this particular hilt is a 3-piece hilt, and it accepts a 1-inch blade. Now the design features that really stand out and give this the advantage for really great wielding while still looking the part as well, is that the grips along the bottom here are machined right into the lower part of the handle. And then another advantage, in my opinion, is that it comes with a very low profile and smooth activation box. So you can see on the bottom, this section here is the emitter piece. This middle section here is the switch section, and obviously at the bottom here you have the lower grip section. Although it's still streamlined and very comfortable to wield, it retains all the classic cues like the red button in the back and the bunny ears. The S-curve emitter has a faux glass eye on the front, electrical pins, of course the activation box, and then the T-style grips on the bottom here. So I'll just bring it a little bit closer to get a more detailed look. So you can see that the machine grips on the bottom are also black anodized to give it the T-grip look. They're very low profile, they're chamfered, so they're very smooth and comfortable to hold. And then in the middle here you have the switch box, kill key and recharge port. So on camera it may look like the box is uncomfortable or may have some rough edges, but it's very comfortable to hold on to. And then up here on the emitter you got the bunny ears, the red button on the back, electrical pins. It's a Tri-Rebel LED, full glass eye, and then blade retention. So the faux glass eye, the screw in here was long enough to go inside to also serve as blade retention, but I took Illuminated Saber's suggestion and I sanded the screw back so that it doesn't interfere with the blade going in and out. Just the screw at the top serves as blade retention. So what's really nice about this particular hilt design is that all pieces, because it is a 3-piece hilt, all pieces are able to be disassembled. Because I had this as an install, and if you were to commission Illuminated Saber to do an install, you'd obviously want to be careful not to haphazardly take your hilt apart and mess around with any internals. but you have the ability to do so. One thing I will mention about this is that the faux glass eye is removable, so you could replace it, say, with a more screen accurate glass eye from the custom saber shop. These electrical pins are removable, and they have come loose on me while dueling, so I just dabbed the tips of these in some hot glue and put them back in just to give them some friction and tension so they hold into place. I've been searching for a Graflex style lightsaber that is more on the comfortable side, and I believe that the Rebel lightsaber is the right Graflex design for me. I really value a saber that is comfortable to hold, comfortable to duel with, and this definitely suits the case. It's excellent to wield, and I just love I feel like it just has the right amount of detail as well for being such a streamlined hilt. As well with the install, like I mentioned, I do have a red illuminated switch. When you contact them, you're able to talk through different design elements and features that you want on this hilt. So you could get this with a non-illuminated activation switch if you'd like. And of course, you see that there's a spot here for a secondary auxiliary switch. So because the Nano Biscotte V4 is a single switch board only, this is an actual momentary switch, but it's not connected, so it's kind of like a placeholder for that particular spot. So the Nano Biscotte V4 has been known for its great swing sensitivity, which I can confirm that it does have that, and it also has very crisp and clear sound, as Plector Lab boards are known to do. So I will just remove the kill key here. I can't exactly remember the name of the font makers. I'm pretty sure that one of these is Genesis Custom Sabers sound font. But when you purchase this as an install and it comes with the Nano Biscotte V3, there are 3 Graflex inspired sound fonts that are included with this lightsaber. So with my order from Illuminated Sabers came what looks to be a dual diffused blade. It is a medium grade, not heavy grade, and it has a shallow tip. So it flew off within minutes of me dueling with it, which is not a problem. I just glued it back on. So you can either choose to get a tip with a deeper insertion, or maybe just use it for display and not dueling. So you heard the boot up sound. The Nano Biscotte has 3 fonts that you can cycle through. Even though my switch is illuminated and it has a kill key, the Nano Biscotte also has a deep sleep mode. So even if I leave this and my light remains on, the board itself will still go into deep sleep. And it also has mute on the fly. So this will be the second of 3 fonts on here. So the Tri-Rebel LED puts off a very nice medium to dark blue hue, and it's very nice. This is my first Graflex saber, and this is my first blue lightsaber, so it's 2 new things for me. So it has typical swings, clashes, power on, power off. There's no lockup, and with the Nano Biscotte you have the ability to have your blade with flicker and pulse, and I believe each different sound font has a slightly different pulse set to that sound font. So I'll just demonstrate some of the motion sensitivity that comes with the Nano Biscotte. So you can see that it picks up on motion instantaneously. But what's different about the Nano Biscotte is that you need full motion swings for it to pick up on that movement. For example, if you go straight horizontal, straight lateral, even in stab motion, it actually won't detect any of those motions. So I'll just show you here. And if I do a stab, so unlike the other Playker Lab board, I have the Crystal Shard 2.5 on my Vader's Vault Ardent, and for example, some of my Ultra Sabers equipped with the Obsidian V4 soundboard, they will detect motion, horizontal, lateral, and stabbing. But the Nano Biscotte V4, you have to actually put full motion swings into it, and it'll pick it up instantly, and it's very on point. I believe these settings are stock settings, and so they're really good. So I'll just show you. Mute is one hold for one beep. And you get all the blade effects, clashing, and of course illuminated blade. And like other Playker Lab boards, when you power it off, it goes back into sound mode. And then I'll just switch over to one extra font. Just 2 beeps. I believe this is the Genesis Custom Sabers font. Bestman 2 maybe? And again, the Playker Lab board, Nano Biscotte V4 does a great job. It's very crisp, very clean, good range of sound, some bassy sounds in there. So anyway, here is my Illuminated Saber's Rebel. If you're looking for a graphic-inspired lightsaber that has all the cues to that design, but also one that is very comfortable to wield and duel with, I absolutely recommend the Rebel. Thanks for watching.